If you're someone looking to move to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach in South Florida area, especially in a suburb, today in this video, I'll be breaking down and make your life a little bit more easier because I'll be showing every possible suburb of South Florida on a map. So we'll be jumping over right now without wasting any time. Let's start. So now let's jump in on the map, and first let's see the overview. When I talk about the South Florida, how it's kind of divided in map, so you understand because Florida is huge, right? Florida is divided between North, Central, and South Florida, but South Florida has two borders, East and West, the similar like Central and North. So right now we are focusing on Southeast border of the Florida. So let's jump on the map. So if you check here, this is basically Southeast side of the border. If you see this is Southeast side of the border, and this is more like a Southwest. Mostly what I consider from this area, like at least not up to Orlando, but from this Port St. Lucie down south, that's mainly considered South Florida, and this is more Central Florida, and up north is North Florida. So when we talk about southeast side of the Florida, there are three major counties we'll be focusing. That's called Miami-Dade County, Broward, and Palm Beach County. And above Palm Beach, we can also touch base a little bit of Okeechobee County, because that's something kind of becoming very famous lately after COVID, because a lot of people are migrating like above Palm Beach is like mostly Okeechobee County. So a lot of people don't like to go up to Central Florida, North Florida, because it's still different feel, totally different feel than South Florida. So they still want to live towards South, but not towards the Miami. So we'll do touch base on all those four counties. If you come here on the map, so this is mainly Miami area. If you check this, and this is the border of Miami. So this is the whole part is basically Everglades, and these are the mainly towns available here in southeast side. So if you zoom in, and Miami-Dade County, when we talk about the famous towns here are Kendall, like if you see this, it's a little bit smaller, but let me a little bit zoom in so you get it. So Kendall area, that's pretty good to, look for a little bit of suburb view, and single family houses majority available there. Not many high rises. If you go towards again beach side, then you will see a lot of high rises. So Kendall is pretty good. I'm going to do a little bit of circle so you get it. What I'm showing you. Kendall, then South Miami is mixed up. South Miami is more like a condo, high-rise lifestyle, and it's not 100% safe. So if you are considering that, then do very detailed homework of neighborhoods, because it's a lot of safety issues there. But some other cities I'm going to recommend, which are like a crime rate wise less and more safer side, I would consider. The pricing again is different in each towns and each kinds of properties, because there are a lot of varieties in Miami. There you will find very old properties which you don't want to even see there. It's very like 1940s or 1930s built properties, and you will see like a newer ones too. So there's a lot of varieties in Miami you will find. So this is another city I usually recommend is Pinecrest. So Pinecrest is very good for young populations. If you're somebody who wants to feel a city vibes, downtown vibes, and still want to live near the beach, very safe, less crime rates. Things are around, shopping areas are around. So Pinecrest is a really good choice. And another of my favorite, Doral, is more northern side. So Doral is newer town in Miami suburb. A lot of new constructions from Leonard Toll Brothers, and the school wise is great. So if you have to stay in Miami, no choices, then definitely Doral, I'll put in a list. If you're someone who likes high rises but more luxury style, this part of Miami is great. Fontainebleau, and it's close to Bay Area. So it's not very close to beaches, still far, but there are some like, this is like canals. There's a Bay Area there, and a lot of people like to live if they have a boats, and they can park the boats just across. It's a very good high-rise buildings there. Now let's go a little bit of north side. Okay, so we are still in Miami-Dade County. We are not yet in Broward County, but Miami-Dade, I still want to focus some more towns. So if you have to stay because of the work also, Miami is my least favorite. Let me tell you this. I have a tons of videos making about the Miami because it's a lot of traffic issues, and if you have to stay, again, I'm keep using that word because a lot of people prefer to stay because of the job. Because if you live in suburb, it's a lot of distance and you may spend 2 hours in car unless you're off job hours. Like for example, my husband works in Miami, but they live in a totally north side in Broward County. And because of that, he has to adjust his hours. He works more in off hours where there's less traffic, so he doesn't spend his whole life in a car. So but if you're someone who, let's say you want to use a metro, there are tri-rails there from Palm Beach County to Miami, and if you're okay to spend a little bit of time and read books, or if you're Tesla and do self-drive, that's also possible to do it and hear some podcasts while driving. If you're living in suburb and working in Miami, be ready for traffic or adjust a little bit around your working hours. So let's talk still about Miami so you will understand some more options. But again, those are not my totally favorite ones, but there are no choices, then consider those. So now another one I like is Biscayne Gardens. Biscayne Garden is again good for single family houses, not too many high rises. These are the options you will find here. If you like high rises and you want to literally feel the beach vibes, I'll show you some drone shots and some videos about the beach life, then definitely consider this part. Sunny Isle Beach, the most favorite. A lot of my clients who buy the winter birds, they want to buy their condos, even birds, but they move there just for the lifestyle purpose. Then Sunny Isle is my most favorite. Bal Harbour Surfside, again, do homeworks because a lot of buildings, very old buildings, they're going through a lot of renovations, special assessment fees, all those things are very, very highlighted in that area, especially after the Surfside collapse happened. So you have to be very careful. You need to be very informed if you are investing in one of those areas. So in a side note, I helped tons of families who wants to buy, sell, or invest in Florida area, especially South Florida focused. We have a small team, and if you're looking to do no pressure Zoom call and understand more deeper about these areas or where could be the great potential property for you, either investments or for yourself, then definitely follow or click the link. Okay, let's go back to our map. Another, little bit of like multicultural feel you want to feel is called Hialeah. If there are a lot of Spanish population, though, disclaimer, and single families are tons of that. Not every piece of or every street of Hialeah is amazing, but it's one of the affordable city in Miami area. Now let's go some other option. Above Miami, it's a Broward County, so we'll be focusing understanding on Broward County a little bit. So now the Broward County is just above Miami-Dade, and I'll show you a little bit of map again for the county purposes here on the screen. So that's Miami, Broward, and Palm Beach, and above is Okeechobee. So all these 4 counties we'll be talking about. This is going to be a bit longer video, so make sure you see till the end and understand the areas about southeast side of the Florida. If you have choice to a little bit further distance, if you can live, if you have even the job in Miami or you have a job in Broward, then definitely these are the cities will be suburb cities I recommend to live. We will be also understanding how it's divided. Okay, so be patient because this is going to be a little bit more longer and more explanations I'm giving on map, and so that you can visualize what exactly we're talking about. So now from here it's mostly the Broward County starts. So Hollywood is part of Broward. Hollywood is one of my very favorite for investors, for somebody also wants to experience a condo beach lifestyle and does not want to spend or doesn't want to break their bank, then Hollywood is a great choice because there's tons of buildings there, tons of buildings. So now talking about the Broward County, the major city on the south side, I recommend is Miramar, Pembroke Pines. Another my favorite city I recommend in the south side of Broward County, I love this city, is Cooper City, because Cooper City has some new construction. So it's in a border of Southwest Ranches, Davie, and also Pembroke Pines. So here you will find, some variety, but good variety of new construction homes, especially CC homes. I love it, and those are in this area. Now we go further north of this south side of Broward County is the most favorite and A-rated city, which is in demand all the time, which is called Weston. So Weston is, if you see, it's how far is it from beach? It's most further west side and it's very close to Everglades. So there are some cons, negatives about Weston. People kind of don't get surprised if you see alligators around Weston, but it's not that common. So there's a myth you will see alligators too often, or crocodiles if you live on a lake. Kind of, more often you will see. That's not true. Only that problem happens especially after the hurricane, especially when the hurricane comes and they are dragged out around from this Everglades area, then only it's possible. But because it's very close if you see it, but it's now the problem is reducing as compared to if you see years and years back how that was the issue. Because see, this is all Everglades management area. It is more structured than just being a forest. So Weston is one of the best town, and it has A-rated schools. There is no problem of, if you are moving with the kids also, everything you will get, the best lifestyle you can find in Weston. I have a specific videos about the Westons, a lot of them. Now let's talk about a little bit of Davie. Davie is a great city where if you are, because a lot of tech companies are around Davie and the Dania Beach. This is Dania Beach. So for example, Teva is there, and I think there are a couple of good Chewy is there too around that area. So a lot of tech companies, so if you want to live around that area because of your job, that's possible. And Davie has a great schools too. But the only thing is Davie has a less, it's a very old communities built neighborhoods, but some are no HOA communities where people try to buy older home and try to remodel the whole thing. So that's kind of possible if you're looking to build your own custom homes in Davie area or Southwest Ranches, which I told you before, that's possible. So if you see in this 3D view, this is really up to here we saw around this western area, and this is all Everglades, which I was telling you, and more further south you go, that's where the homestead, Key Largo. So we didn't talk about the homestead because that's a further south border of Miami. And if you're looking for new constructions and want to live in south, that's another town. That's because I think we didn't flip the screen, so we couldn't see this part, but this is a homestead here. It's almost the last point of Miami area, and this is where the Key West, if you go further south, then that's where the Key West is. So this is another separate discussion about the Key West areas if you're in case looking around there. So now let's still focus on, I think 2D is better, doesn't move around the screen too much. And let's now further north we will go. So if you saw, this is a Weston. Now, if you go further north, right, the another town comes as a Parkland. Parkland is my another favorite town. Is A-rated, best school zones, and there's tons of videos about Parkland neighborhoods on my channel. Another town is called Coral Springs. That's one of the famous too. Sunrise is kind of mixed. The only thing about Sunrise is it's a little bit less expensive than Weston, and some part of the Sunrise, especially this area, covers the same schools from Weston. So it's a little bit of affordable in the area, but the inventory stays very low there. So you have to keep looking if you are looking into that area. Now, talking about the Fort Lauderdale, this is the east side. So I don't consider Fort Lauderdale in a suburb, but there are great neighborhoods if you're looking to live in Fort Lauderdale itself. This could make another separate video understanding on a map itself about the Fort Lauderdale. I do have some outdoor videos videos about those communities, which I'll be a little bit briefly talking about. Okay, so if I zoom in, so it's a little better, and we can see a little better. Okay, if you see this, the Fort Lauderdale, like this, these are the single family house communities. So these are still considered neighborhoods in Fort Lauderdale, but still considered on the east side. And this is all you will find, especially close to the border of water. That's mean the high-rise buildings. But all these neighborhoods, what you see here, those are the high luxury style neighborhoods, and it's amazing. I'll show you some drone shots about those neighborhoods. It's a bayside feel. A lot of people who wants to have a lifestyle, want to have their boat, yacht, then this location they choose, and it's all connected to the beach, ocean basically. So, and even up to here, a lot of people go, and it's still connected to the ocean. So it's amazing. Another town, if you want to keep a boat, then another town which is not very close to beach, but still people prefer to live because of the pricing and the different styles of homes there, which is called Plantation. Plantation is amazing. That has some of the bay feel. That's a bay feel, it's like a small canal views, but that's connected to the ocean. So it goes to some public park sometimes and then connects to the ocean. So it is pretty good water lanes we have in Fort Lauderdale. That's why it's called Fort Lauderdale is a Venice of US, because there's a lot of water lanes around there. Now let's talk about some other towns without wasting much time around here. We will go to more further north. So we did cover some, which is Parkland, Coral Springs. I talked about Sunrise. Now Coconut Creek, this is one hidden gem. People don't know about it. Coconut Creek has a lot of affordable homes. If you're looking for townhomes and single family houses affordable, then Coconut Creek is amazing. Now another favorite town which has both beach and the suburb feel, it's called Boca Raton. It's an amazing town because it has all kinds of feel. If you're looking for city feel, Boca has it. If you're looking for beach lifestyle, A-rated schools, or feel about what you call a little bit of middle Spanish looking homes, that's also possible in Boca. Not too many high rises. That's a good part. That's the view is not blocked that much. That since we're talking about the view, my another favorites, one of the favorite city I want to show you, which is on a beach. So it's this one, Lauderdale by the Sea. It's very tiny town, close to Fort Lauderdale and the Pompano Beach area. This is a Pompano Beach. You must have heard about that a lot. And Lauderdale by Sea has a very low, it's not high rise, basically not too many high rise buildings, and it has a lot of this bay feel and a lot of single family houses and luxury feel there. So if you're looking something there, Lauderdale by Sea is amazing. Now talking about the north, if you go further north from Boca, and good towns like Palm Beach in demand after COVID, because Palm Beach still has affordable pricing plus luxury living. It's cheap luxury, I would say. So there are a lot of good houses in Boynton Beach. See, this community is a very huge community. There are almost 4,000 plus homes in that community. So it's amazing. These are all small towns. Lantana, I still consider as a part of suburb because it's not directly on a beach. It looks like that on a map, but most of the single family house towards the west side, and it's not too far from beach basically, so that's a good part. There are other towns like Lake Worth Beach, Green Acre, and my most favorite is Wellington. So Wellington is in top demand because Wellington schools are A-rated schools. There are a lot of new communities in Wellington. I'll show you one of my favorite one. It's called Arden Community. It's great. I have my own clients. It's good investment community too. So if you're looking for more information for affordable new construction, then I can send you that list also, by the way, which we usually send every week to our subscribed clients and or just the visitors on our website. So I'll put a link in the description and also on here. If you want to register, we send a lot of good investment properties and also things like hidden, off-market deals through that listings. If you get educated get a good education, it's like informed decision you are making in case you are buying, selling, or investing. That's kind of a little bit extra effort if you put and understand the market. It's kind of gives you more direction. Okay, now another city called Royal Palm Beach. That's also west side of the Palm Beach County. It's great pricing, amazing homes, almost average homes built around 2015 plus, and 2000 plus is like more majority of them, but still like you will find the newer side homes. Now another favorite town is West Palm Beach. West Palm Beach, everybody must have heard about. It is more expansive town in Palm Beach County though. It's not that cheap as we talked about the other one, affordable. It's a totally different feel. If you see West Palm Beach's tiny homes, Spanish looking feel, it's just like a Boca downtown, which I was talking about, but it's different feel. So West Palm Beach is another one to look for if you want to see the unique location. Now further north if you go, and we'll be going up to the Okeechobee County because it's a lot of others also, but we will stop here because it's already video is too long. So it's Jupiter, Palm Beach Gardens, that's one of my favorite, and is another one, it's called Port St. Lucie, right? So Port St. Lucie up to here if you go. So before you go to Port St. Lucie, Palm City, Stewart, and here's the Port St. Lucie. So these are the another favorite new towns and new constructions available there. I'll be making another separate video about the new constructions. If you guys are interested, comment me below if you want to learn about only new construction in South Florida area. South Florida is very short of new construction. That's why it could be the unique topic to understand. So if you're someone looking for it, comment me below. It will help me to understand your interest too, and I'll make those videos separately. So I hope this video kind of gave you a little bit of more overview about how southeast side of the Florida divided on map. How when you talk about the suburb, you talk about the city, how does it look like? We didn't cover all of the city, but at least the majority part of the city, right? So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.